Write each of these angles in terms of acute angles. What that means we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this as another trig function, but with an acute angle instead of an obtuse or reflex angle inside the trig function. Well, the way we're going to do that is we're going to start by drawing our unit circle and placing this angle, 156, on there. 156 degrees is there. Now we always want the acute angle to the x-axis. So the acute angle to the x-axis is this angle here. That angle is 24 degrees. So we can start by saying that sine of 156 degrees is equal to sine of 24 degrees. But there is one more thing we need to consider, and that is whether the answer is positive or negative. Because we are in quadrant 2, we are in the sine quadrant. Sine is positive in this quadrant, so this is positive. So sine 156 degrees is the same as sine of 24 degrees. If you type those both into your calculator, you will see you get the same answer for both of them. Now let's look at tan of 140 degrees. Going through the same process. On our unit circle, 140 degrees is about here, where this angle is 140 degrees. The acute angle to the x-axis is going to be 40 degrees. That means that tan of 140 degrees is equal to, and then something to do with tan of 40 degrees. Now we need to look at the sign of this, whether it is positive or negative. The quadrant we are in is quadrant 2, which is our sine quadrant, which means tan is going to be negative. So tan of 140 degrees is equal to the negative of tan 40 degrees. If you type into your calculator tan 140 and tan 40, you will see that tan 40 is positive and tan 140 is negative, the answer to tan of 40. Cos of 320 degrees. So again, we start by thinking about where this is in our quadrants. 320 is going to be down here, where this angle is 320 degrees. That means the acute angle to the x-axis, we need to get up to 360, is going to be 40 degrees. So cos of 320 degrees is related to cos of 40 degrees. We just need to know now, is it positive or negative, by looking at which quadrant we're in. We are in the fourth quadrant, which is the cos quadrant, which means cosine is positive here. So cos of 320 degrees is equal to cos of 40 degrees. Finally, cos of 5 pi by 8. Now we've moved into radians. Where is 5 pi by 8? Well, remember that this is pi by 2. This is pi. Pi by 2 would be 4 pi by 8. And pi is equal to 8 pi by 8. So 5 pi by 8 is somewhere between them. So 5 pi by 8 is up in this quadrant here. And then we need to work out what the acute angle is to the x-axis. Well, to get from 5 pi by 8 to 8 pi by 8, we need an extra 3 pi by 8. That means that cos of 5 pi by 8 is related to cos of 3 pi by 8. But are they the same sign or are they different signs? Well, we are in quadrant 2 here, which is the sine quadrant, which means cosine is negative. So cos of 5 pi by 8 is negative of the value of cos of 3 pi by 8. And this is how we can determine how to equate a trig function to another trig function, another trig value, thinking about both the acute angle to the x-axis and the quadrant in which we are in.